Almost looks like a creme brulee. Pumpkin cheesecake oatmeal bowl, literally the size of my head. What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching and welcome to today's video. It's October and this is the month of the pumpkin. I love pumpkin. I don't like necessarily pumpkin spice because I'm not that big a fan of cinnamon, but I love pumpkin. I just love the sweetness and the flavor. It's a series, made it, ate it, and today I'm gonna bring you one of my signature oatmeal recipes, pumpkin cheesecake oatmeal bowl, and literally the size of my head. The recipe I'm gonna show is not necessarily for one serving. For me it is one serving, but you can easily divide it in 4 big bowls, and the macro split is amazing. You don't need any kind of protein powder for this recipe. You need just 5 ingredients, and this recipe is much better than Darko's, my brother from another mother. Go and check out Live Life and his oatmeal recipe, and you better subscribe or you're gonna miss out. But bro, my recipe is much better than yours, and I don't need level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, even level 5. This is the only level you need. Let's get started. We're gonna need only 4 ingredients: butternut squash, honey nut squash, pumpkin. Any of those works for this recipe. Peel it, cut it up, and you're gonna cook 1 kilogram in the microwave with just a little bit of water. After it's done, it's gonna be really soft, and you're gonna blend it. And you'll get this: 640 grams of cooked and mashed squash. This will bring the flavor and what will make it taste amazing. 180 grams old-fashioned oats. The type of oats you use here is really important. I would suggest for some of you to use quick oats because it needs to be a bit more starchy. I don't know if you can see it, but this kind of oats, they're like a bit more powdery. I've noticed that some different brands have different macros and different kind of oats. They're not the same. Some have like a shell over them, but this is the type I use and works perfectly for this recipe. And the last main ingredient: 350 grams of zero fat, low fat quark. You can also use cream cheese or Greek yogurt, 3 packets of vanilla powder or just a few drops of vanilla extract for that extra flavor, and sweetener. That's all. Optional, you can add cinnamon, cocoa powder, any kind of protein powder, but for me it's not needed. In a large mixing bowl, we're gonna add the squash and the quark and mix it. Oats, vanilla powder, and sweetener. But we might have to add a bit more sweetener after we taste it with the water. And mix again. We have to fill up the bowl, and I'm gonna tell exactly how much water I use. First I'm gonna add a bit so I can mix it up and it doesn't chunk up. So I ended up adding exactly 2 liters of water. This is the key, guys. We need a lot of water. The oats gonna soak up, quark, everything is gonna get really creamy. Taste the liquid, and if you think it needs more sweetness, add a bit more sweetener. Now the bowl will go for 2 cycles in the microwave. First cycle is gonna be 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how powerful your microwave is. It's gonna need a bit more. Take it out, mix it up, back again for another 10 minutes or so. Take it out, mix it up. If this is not the consistency you're looking for, bring it back again for another 7 minutes and leave it to rest for another 20 minutes and devour. And if you want that cheesecake flavor and having even more thick oats, leave it in the fridge for 2 hours. Believe me, it will make it so much better, but I don't have that patience. First round of 50 minutes, and I'm gonna show you how it looks like.
15 minutes later.
This is how it looks like after the first 15 minutes. Still really liquidy. We're gonna mix it up real good and back in the microwave for another 10 to 15 minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So here's where we're sitting after the second round. We're almost there, starting to get creamy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add it one more time for only 8 minutes this time, and I'm gonna leave it rest for 2 hours.
2 hours later.
Almost looks like a creme brulee. As you guys, the recipe is really easy. I'm gonna show on the screen the macros for the whole recipe, which I'm gonna have, of course, and I never eat. This is 1 serving for me. So you can easily divide this recipe in 4 bowls. Just make sure to cook it in a giant bowl, and then after that divide it in 4 different bowls and have it separately. Or you can easily divide the ingredients in half and just cook it the same way, just cut the water in half too. Macros for the whole recipe on the screen, and the ones if you divide in 4 servings. Awesome macros, but as I said, this is not necessarily a cutting recipe, not a low calorie recipe. This is just an amazing tasting recipe. This is one of my favorite flavors. I don't need protein powder this to taste amazing. And now I'm gonna give you a quick taste test and leave you and give you the chance to make it yourself, and tag me in Instagram and Snapchat or anywhere and tell me what you think. I'm pretty interested to find out how much food this actually is. Three kilograms. Okay, without the bowl, without 100 grams, it's almost 3 kilograms of food. You can't beat that. Oh, yeah. That crust, that thickness. Darko, that's so much better than yours, bro. And the taste? Pumpkin cheesecake. Actually squash, quark, oatmeal bowl. I style. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you think about the recipe. Does this not look amazing? It's food porn, guys. The creaminess, that crust on top. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notifications so you don't miss out my next recipe or my next video. See you then.